Hey everyone, it's me again, and welcome to Faith's Faces. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name's Faith Grenade, and I put makeup videos here on YouTube. You should subscribe. Welcome to Faith's Faces. This is where I play around with makeup, because I have a makeup channel, and that's what people with makeup channels do. This particular Faith's Faces is sort of special because I'm going to be using as many new products as humanly possible to create today's look, and I also have not used any makeup in some time, so we're gonna see how this goes. It's not a full face of first impressions because I don't have, you know, a new thing of every single makeup item. Like, as you could probably tell, my foundation is already done, my brows are already done, my eyes are already primed because I had no new nothing like that. So just skip that part because you guys have seen it before and it's kind of boring. But I haven't powdered yet. The first new thing I got was the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder. I've heard a lot of good stuff about this, and I haven't really used a pressed powder in a really long time, actually. I'm normally a loose powder person through and through. So I'm gonna take my e.l.f. Cosmetics blush brush and I'm gonna dip into this. I swatched it in the store and it felt so soft, and I feel like it's gonna be really good because I got some pore action going on. So I'm just gonna gently pat this in the areas where I need setting, which is mostly around my nose. Okay, so it's not like intense, extreme, you know, oh my god, stop the presses, you know, this is amazing. But it is definitely not accentuating texture, and it seems to be giving a blurring effect. That's really weird. I got some new eyeshadow palettes. What else is new? So I already had a couple of Viseart or Viseart. I've heard it pronounced a ton of different ways. I already had a couple of these palettes, and I got 4 more, which sounds really bad, but you know, as I mentioned in my haul video, which you've probably already seen, I'll link it up there, there were sales going on for like Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and that's when I grabbed these, is when there is a sale. I got the infamous Neutral Matte, and I'm gonna take this cream shade right here, and I'm gonna set my primer with this. So then I think I'm gonna pull a transition shade from this palette as well. What do I wanna use? I don't know. I think I'm gonna start out with this like peachy sort of shade. I'm gonna have that be my transition. So I'm going to take my Sonia Kashuk 109 in that same color, and I'm gonna, there we go. Yeah, I just needed this to be a little more blown out, a little more all over the place. These shadows are very nice. I noticed that they're a lot more pigmented when using a brush on the eyes than they are in swatches. Like when I swatch them, I always feel like they're very dry in consistency, and I'm like, oh no, these are gonna be so not pigmented. You know, why did I spend the money on these? But then I use them on the eyes and I'm like, no, you know what? This is completely different. This is a total kind of 180 from how it looks in the swatch, so don't let swatches fool you. Now, I gotta decide what colors I want to use today. I think I'm gonna go green. I've been feeling green lately, so I might do that. You know, it's the holidays. So I'm gonna take the Dark Matte palette, which I'm really excited about this because there's a lot of colors in here that I could definitely see myself using. And I'm gonna take this sort of emeraldy color here on my Real Techniques base shadow brush, and I'm just gonna shove this on the outside edge here and start fluffing it into the crease a teeny tiny bit. This is blending so beautifully. Holy cow, this isn't muddy at all. I can very clearly see, you know, the difference between the green and the brown transition shade we have going on. Even when I combine the two, they're not looking muddy. They're not looking too, you know, dingy at all. It's good, guys. It's good. I have this. This is the Bijou Royale palette, and it's the one they released for fall. It's limited edition. I'm tempted to use this green because it is just too pretty. I keep looking at it and I keep being like, I need to use you. So I'm gonna dip into that with my e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush. Nice and dense, picks up a ton of product. I'm going to pat this onto the lid, carrying it over into that matte shade. Yeah, that was a good call. So now I think I'm going to dip into a little more of that transition shade that I used earlier. And I'm going to use that to sort of blend everything out and add a little more warmth to the party. Back in with my 109. Yeah, there we go. I'm just trying to keep this from getting too cool toned, because I don't want to look dead today. Now for my inner corner highlight. For the inner corner highlight, as tempted as I am to use gold, I think I'm gonna skip on the gold today. And I'm gonna use this is in the Bijou palette again, and I'm gonna use this champagne shade. Knock off the excess. Just fluff that in my inner corner. Pretty. And then I'm going to dip into the Bijou palette again. I'm going to dip into that same green, that one right there. Beautiful little green. And I'm going to push this across the lower lash line. In with my dark mattes, and this green right here. We're going to run that across the outside edge. So, we're going to take a teeny tiny eensy weensy bit of this deep blue right here. Just a tap into that. Literally just tapped it once. And I'm going to darken up this outside corner here. Now let's do some mascara, and I actually do have a new mascara to try, which is rare for me because I tend to sort of be a stick in the mud when it comes to mascara. Kitty, what are you doing? So today I'm going to use the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. I've heard a lot of good things about this. Will it be good for me? I don't know. Here's one coat of the mascara. There's my lashes on their own. It's not bad. Definitely giving me some volume. Since we're working with these palettes, I'm going to try and take the black in the neutral matte palette. If I can find my angle brush. There it is. And a little angle brush, and I'm just going to do like a liner with eyeshadow here. Stamping this at the very, very base of the lashes. At this point, with the black shadow kind of on the upper lashes, I could definitely see just wearing, you know, that and mascara on its own, but I think I'm gonna wear false lashes today. I just can't help myself. I haven't worn them in so long. This is gonna be nothing new, so I'm probably just gonna do this off camera. I'm gonna put on the Ardell Demi Wispies, and I will be right back to do the rest of my face makeup. Alright guys, I'm back. I did some lashes, and I also did my bronzer, dusted off the bake, all that good stuff. Just boring stuff. My bronzer, for the record, I used the Lorac Tantalizer bronzer, which I've used already, so there's no point in filming it. And now I'm going to contour a little bit, and I'm actually going to use one of these to contour. I'm going to use, what am I going to use? This one down in here. Because it says in the description of these that these can also be used to contour and sculpt the face. So I'm going to use that. Whoa, that is pigmented. Very nice little kind of bold contour, but I don't have a problem with that. Just taking my bronzer brush and just running over everything. And now for highlight. I was back in the Essence section in Ulta, and I got this Essence Pure Nude highlighter. The only reason I got this, because it doesn't really look like much in the pan, the only reason I got this was because of Emily Noel 83. I trust every single thing that woman says, and she says this is a bomb highlight for something that just looks like skin. And so I'm gonna give that a shot. I'm gonna dust off this blush brush here. Dip it in there. Okay, we got some kickback. And then I'm just gonna lightly dust that on the tops of my cheeks. It's actually less pigmented than I thought it was gonna be. I'm not seeing a whole lot of like out and out shine, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because, you know, someone like me who has a lot of texture in their skin is not gonna be looking for a ton of shine. And then for blush, I'm actually going to be using what I've been using as a mirror this whole time, which is this Smashbox Holiday Blush Palette. So for my blush, I think I'm going to use True Flush, this guy right here, just to keep things neutral. I'm not really looking to add too terrible much color. I'm just looking to bring my skin back to life a little bit. So for lips, there's a couple of different options I could take here. One of them is sitting here with me, the other one I can't find. There it is. One of them would be Dirty Money. That'd be such a cool looking option. But I think I'm gonna go nude just for the sake of the fact that I'm going to be wearing this out, possibly to like official adulty type places. I don't know. So I'm gonna use Leo. Leo has been like my obsession for the last couple makeup looks I've done. I've worn this like 6 or 7 times since I got it, and it's just so nice. It's like a warm terracotta nude. I thought it was gonna be too brown on me, but it absolutely isn't. It's really cool. So I'm gonna dip my disposable doe foot into this puppy, because we don't double dip on this channel. And then I'm going to put this on. Anywho, there you have it, guys. Here is the entire finished look with Leo on. I could see this makeup working with a ton of different lip colors, ranging from nudes to browns. This is very fall-ish, but I could see this translating into a winter look too. And I really, really like how this came out. So, bottom line, things that I was most impressed with, this is probably going to come as a surprise to none of you, but the Viseart palettes, they're worth the hype. They're worth every single bit of hype that they've been getting. They are so nice, pigmented, but not too pigmented that they get out of control easily. They blend like I don't know what. That's about it for the makeup application portion of this video. I'm going to go about my day. Not a whole lot too exciting going on today. We have to turn in our rental car that we rented when we first got here, so we're going to be doing that, and probably some other associated adulting, and maybe karaoke tonight, maybe? But wherever the wind may take us, basically. And I will come back at the end of the day, right before I take my makeup off, to let you guys know how all this held up. I am exhausted. We did a lot today, both productive and unproductive. We did end up going to karaoke, which was fun. And yeah, I have a cat. Hi, cat. So let's talk about what the makeup did while we've been gone. Powder held up okay, although my foundation does seem to be patching off in some places. I don't think that's due to the powder necessarily, because my skin has been in a weird place the last couple of days. It's like dry but oily, but odd. I don't know, it's been like oddly sensitive and oily in places it's normally not oily, and not oily in places it's normally oily. The shadow, I honestly, like, I was playing around. We went to an exchange store that's massively huge, and I was playing around with the shadows there from Bobbi Brown, so I patted a green Bobbi Brown shadow over this. It had started to crease, This was about I finished my makeup at like noon, and this was at about the 9 or 10 hour mark, 8 or 9 hour mark. So it was after a while, and to be fair, my eyeshadow has been creasing in general lately, regardless of what primer I use, regardless of what methods I use to apply it. My shadow has creased, and I don't know what's going on with that. I'm gonna have to look into it. Maybe my eyelids are getting oilier than usual. I wouldn't know why that would happen in the winter, but hey, like I said, my skin's been weird, so it's been hard to tell what things are working and what things are not working. But the mascara, on the other hand, did smudge a small bit. Now, it didn't like completely explode all over my face, you know what I mean? But it did smudge on my lower lash line a little bit, so I think I'm gonna stick with my CoverGirl Supersizer just because that one works and it doesn't smudge or flake on my lower lash line the way the others do. But anyway, I hope you guys found this video helpful, informative, or entertaining. If you did, there's a button for that. Spank that like button in the butt. You know it deserves it. And if you want to see more from me, there's a couple options there. You should check out my other videos here and here. I got some suggestions that I think you might enjoy. And hey, since you're here already, why not hit that little button that has my face on it and subscribe? Because I put out videos every single Sunday. And I thank you guys so much for watching and joining me today. And this little kitty and I will see you in the next video. Toodles!